everybody, Barbara here from the HSP Entrepreneur Coach and To Be in Balance. Welcome again with yet another session in which I answer questions from my readers, from my clients and from other people who are interested in the subjects and the things that I can teach you. So thank you again for being here, thank you again for watching and thank you for sending in your questions. Please keep on doing that. The question, or maybe a remark, that I want to talk about today is the question: everybody becomes highly sensitive during stressful periods, right? Wrong. Being a highly sensitive person is something you are born with. It is as natural to you as, in my case, the blonde color of my hair or the blue color of my eyes. It is something that you inherit from your parents, and it is something that you are born with. It is not something you pick up later in life or that you can lose when the stress is gone. It's a fundamental part of your being, a fundamental part of who you actually are. So no, you cannot become highly sensitive when you have too much stress. You can, however, become oversensitive when you have too much stress. So there's a difference between high sensitivity and oversensitivity. Oversensitivity is something that can occur in people who have too much stress during a certain period of their life and who can experience heightened sensitivity and maybe cannot handle people really well, or noises or lights. The difference is this goes away. When you reduce your stress and when you learn how to relax yourself, coping techniques, and the stress goes away, then your oversensitivity also goes away. High sensitivity, like I said before, is ingrained in you. It's a big part of who you are, in your core. So it's not something that will ever go away. It's something that will always be you. As a highly sensitive person, however, you are more affected by stress and you do have a greater risk for becoming a burnout. That is because as a high sensitive person, we are actually wired differently in our nervous system than a non-highly sensitive person. This means that our sensories pick up much more information. And this means that we hear more, we see more, we feel more, we taste more, and we experience more. So there is a lot more input coming into us than a non-highly sensitive person would get. This also means that we have a lot more to process. And we do this in our sleep. If we don't have enough time for sleeping, we don't have enough time to process our days. So that makes us more tired and more prone to more stress. And then it goes on top of each other. This stress is not gone yet, and that stress comes on top of it, and that. And then in the end you can become burned out. Another part of why we are more sensitive to stress and to burnout is because we are a perfectionist. We are not satisfied when things are good. We want things to be excellent or perfect even. And we strive also to reach that perfection. We aim very high, especially for ourselves. Things that we would accept from somebody else, we do not accept from ourselves. So we push ourselves and we have very strict rules that we need to live up to. And that gives us pressure also, because sometimes good is good enough. Not everything needs to be perfect. And this, in combination with all the sensory input you get, can also cause your system to overload and for you to end up in a burnout. There's a third part in this whole equation of being more sensitive to stress and becoming a burnout, and that is the part that we first think of others and then think of ourselves. So this means that we often forget or do not feel our own limitations, our own boundaries, and we cross them without even noticing it. We are always there for other people, but we tend to forget about ourselves, about our own needs. And this can also cause stress, but also a lack of sleep or too much sensory input. And you can imagine the effects that it will cause. And then there's also the part that we really need other people to like us. And most highly sensitive people are very aware of the opinions of others. So if somebody asks you, hey, do you want to go out this weekend? We found a new club and we want to go clubbing. And you actually had in mind that you wanted to sleep in and have a relaxing time for yourself. Maybe a nice walk in nature or doing absolutely nothing. We tend to say yes to going out because we don't want to disappoint the people that are asking us, but also we don't want them to think badly about us. We don't want them to not include us in the next time. So this also makes us forget about our boundaries and to not protect them. And pair this with the sensory input and the perfectionism. If you don't learn how to master this really well, then that makes us more susceptible to stress and more prone to getting a burnout. There are also people who think high sensitivity is a temporary thing. I explained this earlier. This is not the case. So high sensitivity is not something you get when you have too much stress. High sensitivity is something that you are. It's something you're born with. It's something that defines your personality and the way you see and experience life. I hope this answers your question about high sensitivity, about oversensitivity, and about why high sensitive persons are more affected by stress and have a bigger risk of becoming burned out. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. Please keep sending me your questions. I would love to make another video like this one about your question. You can send them to info@beimbalance.com or barbara@thehspentrepreneur.coach.com. It can be questions about high sensitivity, about stress, about burnout, about entrepreneurship. No question is weird or ridiculous, so please send everything you have to me. I would love to hear from you and I would love to make another movie about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Until next time. Bye!